Welcome to Deep Dive. Today, we're digging into something you've probably seen popping up, especially if you watch sports micro betting.
Right. It's really taken off, isn't it?
It seems to be. We've looked at some interesting material to try and get our heads around it, basically what it is, why it's growing so fast, and, what it means.
And it's a fundamental shift, really. We're not just talking about, who wins the game anymore.
No, exactly.
Micro betting is all about the tiny moments within the game. Like, will the next football play be a run or a pass?
Or in baseball, maybe strike, ball, or hit on the very next pitch.
Precisely. Or even, will this corner kick lead directly to a goal? It's betting on the immediate next event. Super specific, super fast.
So yeah, a massive departure from your classic who wins the league type of bet. It's all real-time, instantaneous stuff. Our sources really hammer this point home.
And the appeal, well, a lot of it seems to be about speed. Instant results.
You know in seconds.
Exactly. You place the bet, boom, if you won or lost. That immediate feedback is, well, it's pretty compelling for a lot of people.
And the sheer number of opportunities, too, right? In one game, you could have hundreds of these little betting moments.
Oh, hundreds. Far more than just betting on the final score or halftime score.
It almost reminds me of, social media notifications, that constant stream, that little dopamine hit.
That's a good comparison, actually. Our sources talked about this kind of button-smashing feel.
Button smashing.
Yeah, less about deep analysis of the game, strategy, stats, and more about just reacting quickly, impulse betting.
Okay, so it's less about being a sports expert and more about just playing along, almost like a slot machine kind of vibe.
That comparison came up too. It's definitely moving away from that thoughtful, analytical, better profile in many cases. It's more reactive.
And for the betting companies, this must be pretty good business, huh? All those small bets adding up.
Oh, definitely. High volume, even with small stakes per bet, translates into significant revenue. It's a numbers game, really. Microtransactions on a massive scale.
Makes sense. And the tech behind it must be pretty advanced to keep up.
Absolutely crucial. You need sophisticated AI, real-time data feeds, things that can calculate and update odds almost instantly. There can't be much delay.
Right, the speed is everything.
And one interesting point from the material was that sometimes these platforms, because their data feeds are so fast, might actually process an outcome, like a fraction of a second, before the bettor even sees it live.
Yeah. Okay, so they might have a tiny information edge sometimes.
Potentially, yeah. It's all about the speed of that data processing. But even putting that aside, the tech enables the whole experience.
And what about how it changes watching sports? Does it make it more engaging, maybe? Even for casual viewers?
That's certainly part of the argument. It can pull people in who aren't, hardcore fans.
Yeah.
You don't need deep knowledge of team history or player stats to bet on the next play. It's more about a gut feeling.
Lowers the barrier to entry, maybe?
Could be. It gamifies the viewing experience, turns every moment into a potential betting event.
Huh.
Which, can make even a slow part of a game feel exciting for some.
Oh, there are questions being asked too, aren't there? Like regulators are looking at this.
Yeah, definitely. The sources highlight this growing discussion. Is this truly sports betting in the traditional sense? Or is it closer to, I don't know, a form of digital gaming, given the speed and frequency?
Right. That line seems blurry. Is it about the sport or just the quick thrill?
There's a tension there. The industry sees huge potential for growth, obviously, because it's profitable. But regulators are asking about the implications, potential addiction risks, that sort of thing.
So it really comes back to that core question for anyone engaging with this. When you bet on, say, will the next free throw go in, what are you actually doing?
Are you engaging deeper with sport, finding a new way to connect? Or is it more about chasing that immediate rush, that quick win or loss?
Something for our listeners to think about, I guess, how this really rapid-fire wagering changes things. Not just betting, but maybe how we watch and even feel about the sports themselves.
Yeah, the ripple effects could be quite significant. It's definitely a space to watch. Thanks for diving into this with us today.